Shit, thank you for the extra coats. What do I always do? Extra coat of arrogant, extra coat of armor. Ferris, I am sorry. I forgot to pay Goku the rent every night. It's hurt when his mother watched his son. When his mother watched his son. I'm confused. Losing a boxing match during the match. He heard her say, all right. It was basically somebody black must have spelled this shit out.
I was crying about it, whatever the case may be. Then they like, mommy called us, right? Like in the midst of it happening. Like I wasn't out. Like I wasn't, the fight wasn't over yet, but in the midst of me getting dropped, the first time, she called my sisters and said, damn, they go my house.
Oh, I read about that.
Yeah, so that one cut me deep because like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I cried about that. And plenty of times I felt like.
She said, there go my house. My point exactly, look. You already know what I'm about to pull up. All she cared about was her fucking house.
New York Jets.
That's his white girlfriend. She's trying to get some love. The mom's just being a typical black mom, trying to make sure he don't get to hug his girl and all that, because she get free Gucci bags, free Louis bags. She gets a mansion, all that type of shit. You know how black moms are, it's just super materialistic. She finally gave the Ice Queen a hug. They cheering because they all want a piece of that cake. They all want a piece of that bag. When she tried to come back in, the mother chewed her ass off again. I mean, yeah, she a parent's moment too, but let my bitch get in because I'm fucking her too. The only reason, like I said, the only reason I could think of black parents being happy that you just hit the lottery and became drafted because they want their houses, they want their materialistic items, they want their Benzes. The mom knows she gonna get a gang of purses. Like, you know what fucking time it is. Black family is one of the most using families you could possibly have. If you're successful, they're gonna try to find a way to suck the soul out of all your success. Anything they can't get with their broke ass individual or husband, they're gonna ask you. The African mom doesn't care about all that. That's cap, because there's a whole African scene that, because I'm fucking it too. No, I didn't mean like we're all fucking. I meant like let my bitch get in because I'm fucking it too. Like, yeah, but everybody like, yeah, it's just more so just was like a playful way of words. That's all it was. But yeah. So for this nigga to be like that and his mom said, there goes my house, it's crazy work. But I've been saying that shit though. All I do is really just expose, you know, the stereotypes about niggas. Why so much hate? That's you don't gotta ban that guy. That wasn't hate. It's just factual. Like, you know, there's a lot of inner beefs and shit like that. Comments was hating. I don't give a fuck. I'm used to it at this point. You know what I mean? I'm scrutinized every day of my life. What else is new?
About it, whatever the case may be. Then they like, mommy called us, right? Like in the midst of it happening. Like I wasn't out. Like I wasn't, the fight wasn't over yet, but in the midst of me getting dropped, the first time, she called my sisters and said, damn, they go my house.
Oh, I read about that.
Yeah, so that one cut me deep because like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I cried about that. And plenty of times I felt like I hated her, but I know I didn't.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
It is. That's something to say. Because, you know, I look at it like, I always wanted that relationship with my mom. Like, so I used to always lean on to my peers, like my friends and stuff like that. Because I see how their relationship is with their family. I never had a relationship like that. My family, all they did was argue, fight one another. My dad used to always say, like, why y'all argue so much like y'all hate one another? But that's how we was raised. So when that happened, that joint took a piece out of me.
Did you address it with her when you got back? Still to this day?
No, I ain't. She apologized for it. Cause
She
knew
did?
you know, my sister was crying about it, whatever the case may be. Then they like, mommy called it.
There goes my house. It's crazy. Man. Like I said, to all my people in here that's black, because you other families, you probably, I mean, y'all a little bit more close-knit, but for the niggas in here, if your mom is married to a loser, you know off the rip, how are you out gifting your own mom on Christmas and shit compared to her lame ass husband? We're not talking about your dad. We're talking about a random nigga she married. You out gifting a nigga. He can't think of the most simplest shit. You coming over there with iPads, this, that. This nigga got her some pleather boots. Like, bro, the last Christmas that had just passed, when I went down to my mom's crib, I got her an iPad. She was blown away. This nigga just sitting in the corner, like, she was like, "You got me an iPad?" I'm like, "Yeah, well, I mean, yeah." You know, I'm thinking like, you know, no big deal, like, but I'm thinking like, why the fuck didn't that lame ass nigga think about it? Like, how am I out thinking your husband? Because the nigga don't give a fuck and he's a loser. So yeah, every time you're around me, it's let me grab shit that I know this broke ass nigga won't buy. You know, I was kind of, I'm not even gonna lie, I was kind of upset on Mother's Day. You know? Because, you know, I go down there with basic shit. I'm like, all right. I go down there, I'm like, all right, gave my mom some flowers and a fucking, and a, you know, an Amazon gift card with $100, and we were supposed to go to dinner or whatever, or lunch or whatever at some hibachi spot. So I'm like, all right, cool. Go down there, you know, Rose's car. Oh, thank you, blah, blah, blah. Mind you, I'm paying for everything. I pull up. That nigga wasn't there, by the way. I pull up. Some shit I'll leave out because it's none of your business. But I'll just tell you the basics. Anyways, the food was like $140. No big deal. I went down there preparing to pay for food. Already did the $100 Amazon gift card. Already did the flowers. Already did the $140 bill. And you know, my mom was like, all right, so can we go to the mall now? Like, in other words, that wasn't enough. So I was like, all right, let's go. So we go to the mall. She said, can we go to Lens Crafters? I'm thinking like, okay, she need glasses or something like that. She goes straight to the designer section. I'm just like, damn, like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like shit. Like, you just go straight to the most expensive shit. Like, so, you know, we're looking at shit, and then off the rip, she just picks out some $500 glasses. Now, mind you, I got Prada shades and everything like that, but I don't spend money like a black. You feel me? Like, I like to save a lot of my money, and I like strategically buy shit because other things are more important. So she goes straight to the Dolce & Gabbana glasses for $500. I'm like, would you ask your broke ass husband for these glasses? Or is it just because, you know, I happen to be doing well for myself in life that I guess $500 ain't shit to me? Right? No, my mom's dark skinned. Fucking, I'm like thinking that she really asked me for some $500 glasses. What the fuck? Like, so she was like, can I get these? I'm like, I mean, how you gonna tell your mom no or whatever the fuck, right? So I said, the lady was like, it's a BOGO. So I was like, all right, well, there's these Prada shades I've been wanting. So maybe I'll just get them for 50% off. So I said, all right, fuck it. Went over there to the Prada shades I've been wanting. Mind you, like, when you could afford shit, to me, the climax is knowing you could buy it, but you don't. Like, I don't know. That's just the way my brain is wired. Like, I could cop whatever, but I don't operate like, I don't just be splurging my paper like a typical black. Like, I like to save money and like do shit strategically and things like that. I'm not a firm believer of just because I got it, I'm gonna buy it type shit. So I'm like, all right, I go pick up the products that I wanted. I seen there were 642 glasses. Now, mind you, $642 glasses. Mind you, I didn't feel like blowing no $600-700 on Prada shades today because I just didn't feel like it. So I was like, all right, well, I was like, it wouldn't make no sense for me to blow a band on glasses today, whether it's 50% off or not. So the lady was like, she was like, well, I mean, she was like, if it's cheaper online through our website, through our Macy's website, you could get it for cheaper. So I was able to go on the Macy's website and get the glasses for like $330. But still, like, if you're not gonna ask your broke ass husband, and this goes for everybody in chat, if your mom's married to a lame, like, if you're not gonna ask that nigga for shit, why are you asking me? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I got all these crazy cool gifts growing up. So it's like, why? Just because, you know, I came out of you doesn't mean you're supposed to just get toppest of the tier because I happen to morph into somebody that did well in life off my own strength. Like, I'm self-made. Like, nobody helped me get to where I'm at. Nobody believed in shit. I don't give a fuck if they were or not. They don't watch my shit. Nobody helped me believe in shit. Like, nobody believed in shit. Like, everybody probably thought my shit was a joke until it wasn't. It's just like, I'm just thinking like, damn, all right. So get the glasses, right? Then she wanted something else. I'm like, bro, this shit would be 20 times worse if I was worth millions. Like, I'm like, all right, you just got the glasses and it's worth like $500. What more could you want? Bro, we go to like some fucking cosmetic shit. You know, Macy's, they had all the cosmetic shit. She wants $150 face cream. Now, you know good and well you couldn't ask your fucking husband for that. It's about the principle. It's not even the fact that I can't afford it or anything. It's just the fact of like, why? Like, if you can't ask your nigga for that. So when I watched that clip, it just gave me a flashback, like how the mom was like, oh, there goes my house. No, I'm not gonna call. I don't call out on shit like that. I'm the type of person where I'll just secretly document shit and I'll just stay away. Yeah, it was like $150 facial moisturizer cream that I know she doesn't buy by herself because she don't be spending money like that. But it's just like, I'm the type of person who like, all right, so I came down, I damn near spent like $1,000. You just won't see me for 5-6 months. All right, I'll see you on Thanksgiving type shit. You said you get your mom anything she wants, she gave you life. That's that black shit. It'd be different if all resources were exhausted to make your life the best as you were raised. But just because you were born accidentally don't mean your mom would deserve everything materialistically. That don't make no fucking sense.
Low T3 dance.
Kevin, shout out for the 13 months. Like, I didn't ask to be here. You fucked and I was an accident. So it's like, that's that black shit where it's like, you think just because your mom had you're supposed to give her all this materialistic shit. That's that black shit. Like, you really, the only way I feel like you owe your parents a lot of shit is if they really busted their ass to make sure you were successful. That like let's just say Michael B. Jordan. He was a child actor. The only reason Mike B is who he is now is because of his parents. Usher, his mom. Justin Bieber, you get what I'm saying? Like, now when your parents really busted their ass to make sure that you really had the best life and you just became successful early because they put in footwork early, sure. But just because your parents fucked to have you don't mean you own materialistic shit. That don't make sense. You said there's no such thing as a self-made man. Like, what does that really mean? Nobody ever did me no fucking favors. When have you ever seen me out of my whole YouTube career or anything like that, when I was doing YouTube or anything, what favors was I handed? What favors have I ever been handed on Twitch and or YouTube ever? I've never had no alley-oops. There was no collabs that boosted me, nothing. Nobody ever did me no fucking favors. So when I say like self-made, when I started off with a fucking camcorder, just with an idea and just kept doing it. Bro, nobody ever did me no favors in life. So just because I happen to be your offspring and you didn't do the best for me. Like, if you didn't give me all this cool shit growing up, then you don't deserve all the cool shit when I'm grown up. That's all I'm saying. How do you set boundaries with your mom? I mean, I guess you just like charge it to the game. You just don't go around as much. Like me, I don't know. Like, I don't yearn to like be around family and shit like that. I just don't give a shit. Like, it's just something. And like me personally, I feel like I'll just care about my future offsprings and shit. But as far as like kicking it with cousins, and I don't give a fuck about that. Like, I've done it this long without being involved and made my own way, and I'm gonna continue to do that. But if a husband wants a fade, then he'll get his ass whooped. Like, you know, look, look, I'll say what I want on my streams. Like I said, chat, you know when your fucking mom married a lame. The proof is in the pudding. How many people in here in chat think your mom married a lame? Like, it's prime indication. If he never bought her a house, he's a lame. If they've been comfortable in the same situation for 1,000,000 years, he's a lame. And like I said, every time I go around, that's why I don't go around. Every time I go around, if you feel like as a man that's 60 years old or 58 or whatever old the fuck you are, you feel like you got to compete with a nigga that you can never compete with by making up lies, you're a lame. Let me tell you guys something. The most lamest shit the nigga ever did in life, if I didn't already say it, was when he tried to lie and say that he did a Modelo commercial for $36,000 just because my mom asked me what I was doing with my life, and I'm like, oh, I'm doing XYZ. Like, I do little shit that I don't really talk about on stream. Like, I might take some acting classes or do this and do that. Like, I don't need to. So she, you know, your parents want to know, your mom wants to know what you're doing, or your parents. So it's funny too, because my mom will like cope for the nigga as well and help him lie. So she's like, oh, babe, did you tell him about your Modelo commercial? I'm like, I said, all right, you know, I said, oh yeah, what happened with the Modelo commercial? He said, oh yeah, I did a Modelo commercial. I got paid $36,000 for it. When have you ever seen a nigga in a Modelo commercial? And you're not getting paid 36 bands as a nigga that's drinking a beer. No, he's not a Zach. It's just like, I don't know, it's just little shit. Like, there's a reason why I am the way I am when it comes to certain shit. Like, if you see some arrogant narcissist nigga on stream, nigga, I'm like that for a fucking reason. All the way from fucking an adolescent, we talking first grade nigga from now. That's why I say when people try to make videos and shit about me, you don't know a motherfucking thing about me. Not a goddamn fucking thing. All your fake speculations and shit, you niggas don't know shit because I've never told you shit. You said, did I call his bluff? I was just like, I guess the nigga gonna keep lying. Like when he said he was invited to the Streamer Awards. I'm like, this nigga's a complete fucking loser. When we go out to eat and then your mom slickly, when we go to pay for shit, why the fuck did this nigga have my mom's debit card? She must have gave him the debit card before we went to go eat. Like, he was paying. I checked the fucking, I happened to look at the card and pass. I'm like, why the fuck my mom's name on this shit? My mom's like, oh, what's been going on? I'm like, oh, I did XYZ, show to the Streamer Awards reel. This nigga said, oh, I was invited to the Streamer Awards too. That thing you went to, I was invited too. Sure, buddy. Like, so I said that I said the last straw for me. Nah, this nigga ain't no streamer. The last straw for me was whenever they come see my house, and if this nigga caps and says I could have had this or I had a house, I'm gonna be like, all right, nigga, enough is enough. You in my establishment now, you've been capping for XYZ. You're a loser, bro. You're a fucking loser. You've done absolutely nothing for my mom. You stripped her of motivation. You stripped her of life. You've stripped her of her youth. The last ounce of her youth, you've stripped everything from her. That's why she's asking me for shit when we kick it. I said that's gonna be my last straw. That's gonna be the last straw. So when I seen that clip, I'm like, that shit struck a nerve with me. When I seen that clip, I'm like, too familiar. Nah, but when I tell you that you know, my mom was the most go-getter, just raising two kids, just always making a way to make shit happen, like as a single parent. And then you just see her get with a loser that just, you know, like you ever seen like a video game or something like that where like you're trying to get out of hell and these skeletons just keep pulling you back down? No, that nigga like robbed her of her last ounce of youth, like robbed her of her good years, robbed her of everything. Like, and you know what's crazy is because I remember growing up, she used to always like say she would never fuck with a guy without a bag. She'd never fuck with a guy without a career. And that's what she ended up fucking with. So for me, that's why it's difficult for me to like go around, because I'm just like, damn, like I'm saying, just let this nigga just rob you of the rest, you know, the rest of everything. Just crazy. So when I see that clip, I'm like, damn, that shit just struck a nerve. That's all it really was. Nah, she, you know, people's parents are old, bro. Oldish. But yeah, but when things are wrapped around materialism, it's just corny to me. Like if I was asking you for a $1 for pizza growing up and I couldn't get the Pizza Hut pizza, then why the fuck, like $500 glasses because I'm your son, like little shit like that. Like it's just little stupid shit like that. But that black parent shit is hilarious to me. You said tell him I'm going to Mars and he gonna say he's been to the moon. Facts. Yeah, but I said that's gonna be the last time. That's the last straw. You come to my establishment, you make up some fugazi shit, it's over. I don't give a fuck if what the result is. Yeah.